Hey guys, this is WhytManga here. I'm the creator of Apple Black for those who don't know me. You can check out the first 4 chapters of Apple Black free. I'll leave a link to where you can read that. Apple Black is published and serialized on Saturday AM. I'll leave links for you guys to go check out Saturday AM. It's basically, you can say, a little more a diverse version of Shonen Jump because that's like the only other example I could think of real quick. But you can go check out all the other comics that are on Saturday AM. You got Saigami, Bully Eater, Clock Striker, etc. The list goes on. You go check out their homepages and enjoy. It's basically a digital magazine that's bi-weekly. Apple Black Volume 1 is already out with the first 9 chapters. You can go check that out. I'll leave links to where you can buy that. Volume 2 is on its way. Few pages left to complete, and that will be that. This video is basically similar to a video I've done in the past where I drew manga eyes of several popular characters with the goal of letting people know that there isn't any one way to drawing anime or manga eyes, or eyes, whatever style it is in, whether it be Western comics, whatever it is. And it was also a way to give people an idea of how to come up with their own style when it comes to drawing whatever they want to draw with your characters, in this case focusing more on the eyes. Please check out the other video if you haven't already. It's actually my most watched video, so that's another reason why I'm doing this. And the reason why I've chosen to do this again is also kind of in celebration of this channel hitting 100,000 subscribers. We haven't hit it yet. We'll be hitting it in a couple days. So I'll also have a separate special for that. I'd like to thank you guys for all the support. It took me a while, but y'all have supported me so far. For those who've purchased the book, subscribed to the channel, liked, followed me on all social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and all that. Links to all my social media will also be in the description. And last time we did a little fun thing where if you could name all the characters that I've drawn in order, first name and last name if it applies. Well, the full name, middle name if they have one, if it applies, and leave that in the comments. And here, I'm actually going to draw your original character in the next original character drawing video, if you have an original character. If you don't, then I'll just draw a character of your choice. So as for the video, the rules stay the same. If you watch the video, then I wouldn't necessarily be saying anything that's particularly new in this video. I might give some extra tips here and there that I didn't in the first, but for the most part, it's going to be the same video, but different characters. So, you can keep watching to see, maybe I put a character from your favorite manga or anime, or maybe I drew your favorite character already. At least, I'll leave that for you guys to figure out. Please watch till the end of the video for a huge surprise on how you could win an iPad Pro and an Apple Pencil. Those are really expensive, but you could win them with your art, and I'll explain further at the end of the video. And hopping right into the video, I usually just start with a shape. You want to start with a shape and have a good range and guide of where the nose is going to be and the space between the eyes, because you don't want the eyes too close to each other. But you want the shape of the eyes. Once you figure that out, you do it to the other side. Usually the eyes will have the same shape. It might not be the same scale depending on where the character is facing, but you basically want like a light lines, figuring out what the shape of the eye is going to be. As you will see in this video, you see characters with weird shapes. Some just round, some literally just lines. Most of them are shaped like parallelograms. If you know math or shapes, you know what I'm talking about. At least in some form of a parallelogram. Obviously, you do the shape, then you kind of make it organic, and then you go in with more detail. So here we have the character. We figured out the shape. You have like lines indicating the eyelids, and there's it's really stylistic. The shape is kind of weird, and then you kind of thicken the top and thicken all the places you see fit for your style. Mostly you're thickening it for like to show eyelashes without going into much detail with eyelashes and drawing the strokes. But there will be some styles where you would see you actually see the strokes for the eyelashes drawn into the eyes. Here again, you have simple lines, figuring out where things go. You see the top of the eye. I've already left the space for the eyelashes. Key thing to know is that most times, the eyelashes are thicker for feminine characters. And when it comes to the pupil and the iris and stuff like that, you can see there will be characters where the whole thing is black. Parts of it are left with a gradient. You see some highlights here and there. There's a lot of freedom. As like I said, if you watch the first video, I kind of went through all of this for the most part. Once you figure out the shape, you have a lot of freedom knowing that this is your style. If you figure out a shape that you want for the eyes, you kind of be consistent depending on the character, unless the character has two different shapes for eyes. Again, you have the freedom to do so. But you can, depending on where the character is facing, you can mess around with the scale of the eyes, because they don't necessarily have to be the same unless they're looking directly at you. But if they're looking at you from an angle and things like that, then the scale of one eye might be smaller or bigger than the other, or a little skewed. It depends. Here we have a character where literally this is how he looks. That's how the eyes are. That's all of it. It's just a circle. This is just a circle. There's nothing else in there. And it just goes to show you that you have this much freedom. You see sometimes where they draw the eye, when they figure out the shape and they draw, make it a little more organic and do all that stuff, and they thicken parts of the eye, the lines of the eye, to indicate like eyelashes. You see a little bit at the edge where there is a sign of eyelashes, and sometimes the line under the eye can be doubled, because the eyelashes actually are not on the actual line for the eye. Sometimes there's like an extra line really close to it, under it. That's where the eyelashes actually come from, and not the line of the eye itself, if you want to be a little realistic. But again, depending on your style, you can just break that rule, as you will see in this same video, where again, you have a crap ton of freedom. Same thing here, and it'll be the same thing till the end of the video. You figure out the shape, figure out the shape of the eye you want. Even the eyes can have like sophisticated symbols within the eyes. It's not necessarily realistic, but that's one of the perks of manga and anime. You kind of get away with this kind of stuff because anybody who reads manga and anime, reads manga, watches anime regularly, is kind of used to it, so you can get away with all this crazy, all that craziness. And really, in most supernatural things, not just in manga and anime, but also supernatural things in Western comics, and list goes on. Same thing for the eyebrows. You see characters with weird shapes for eyebrows. Same thing with the eyelids. You see a little line above the eye indicating that there's an eyelid there. And sometimes you see characters with no eyelids at all. And similar to even real life, because you look at real people, the eyes are not the same. Everyone's eye, maybe someone has, I guess, bigger eyelashes, or someone's eyebrows are so thick, or someone's eyebrows are so close to the eyes that you can't see any of the eyelids. It goes on and on and on. Same for noses, mouths, eye, everything. Shape, down to the shape of your head. The list goes on. I'm sure at this point you know what I'm saying. So, for the most part, I'm just gonna keep quiet, let you guys enjoy the video, figure out who the characters are. Hope you guys like what you saw. I know in the last video, people in the comments enjoyed just watching. Hell, some people said they didn't even want to hear me talk. Well, excuse you, mother bleepers. This is my show, okay? I'd like to thank you guys for watching this video to the end. For those who are curious on how you could win an iPad and an Apple Pencil for free just using your art, there will be a link in the description that would explain everything you need to know. It is basically a Saturday EM art tournament that is sponsored by Plask. Once you go to that link, you would be able to win the iPad and Apple Pencil, which are really expensive, so you would be getting a deal, a great deal. So once you hit that link, everything is pretty self-explanatory. And if you have any questions, there's a comment section where you can leave your questions. This was fun. Hope you guys liked the video. Please share the video. Again, leave a comment of all the characters that I've drawn in order to win the other gift where I draw your original character in a future video. If you guys like these kinds of videos, please leave the likes and leave comments, and those things kind of let me know to do more, as you can see, as I just did with this video. I'd like to thank you guys for 100,000 subscribers. I'm going to hit it eventually. I haven't hit it yet, but I might as well thank you guys now. But I will thank you again, because it's a big deal for this channel. It's been a while, and I really appreciate it, really. Also thank everyone who supported me in any way by purchasing the books or just hitting the subscribe button. I appreciate it a great deal. For those who are new to this channel, please subscribe for more stuff like this. And yeah, that's it. We cool? We cool.